Welcome back to another episode of Boomin with Bella. I am your host, bellalainez, and I have a very special episode planned for you guys. But first, I want to remind you guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, to please subscribe, give us a like, comment down below some episode ideas that you might have for me, or some things you want me to talk about, any songs that, you know, spoke to you that I spoke about, or you know, just any recommendations you may have or anything you want me to take a look at. Please go ahead and do that. And be sure to follow us on all social media. There is a link in my personal and in our brand new Instagram account at boominwithbella that has everything for you in the bio to go to the Twitter, the Spotify, the Apple Music, links to previous episodes, the website, the blog, the TikTok, anything you could need. But the Boomin with Bella Instagram and TikTok are just at Boomin with Bella. And YouTube, of course, is Boomin with Bella. You can just search that and our previous episodes will come up for you as well. In today's episode, we are going to cover some of just what I've been listening to. I haven't done an episode like this since I recorded it, I believe, end of January, so beginning of February of this year. And I honestly haven't recorded a monthly recap of what I've been listening to, just because I've been listening to the same stuff, honestly, like over and over again. So because it's been almost 2 months, I decided that it's probably time to share with you kind of the things that I have been listening. And we have some pretty exciting new releases coming up that just happened. So I definitely want to go ahead and let you know, but I do want to disclaim that I have literally found it impossible to release myself from the shackles of 2 specific playlists that I have created, obviously. My Get Ready With Me playlist and my downloaded music. I guess it's not really a playlist, but the music that I have downloaded so that they're available when I'm offline or don't have cellular data or in the sky on a plane. I have found it nearly impossible to gravitate anywhere else. I don't know why that is. I've never been in this situation before. So a lot of it is probably gonna sound familiar. There are definitely some new additions, but I just wanted to preface that those are some of the playlists that like I've literally gravitated towards every single day. And if I've tried a new one, I've always ended up back there within 15 minutes of whatever listening experience I was on. But in addition to those 2 playlists that I have been going back to, that I have created and that are available for you, Wind Your Waist, Soca music, mainly Soca music, but there's like an infusion of reggae and Afro beats and piano and some other stuff in those playlists, but the main focus of that is Soca, Latino Mega Mix. It's my playlist for if I ever sit down and start learning how to DJ, because that is a goal of mine. I do want to learn how to do that. Like for real, like I have experimented in the past with just like transitions and stuff like that, but I do want to put together some kind of like mixes. I'm definitely not going to be out here like producing or like remixing a whole lot. Actually, I would never say never, but realistically, my main goal right now is to learn how to do that. So like if I'm ever in charge of music at a tailgate and one of these next 4 years that my brother's playing football, that would be something I would be interested in, a service I'd be interested in providing. Long-winded answer to say that that one has kind of been where I've been dumping specifically like reggaeton, Latin house music, a little bit of pop, bachata, salsa, dembow, a bunch into that playlist so I can like eventually play around with it some more. But that, Raul Alejandro, not really a playlist, but I did create one on Spotify because I have just this like soul crushing love for him right now. I'm just all about Raul. I'm all about Raul. It's kind of crazy. And I know I said that in the beginning of the year too, that I didn't realize how much of a Raul girly I was, but like I'm a Raul girly. Like I'm a Raul girl. So that has been a thing. And then obviously, of course, Cowboy Carter. I know for at least a solid 3 weeks after it came out, I was really struggling listening to anything else. I would just constantly have to go back to it. And the thing is, like, I can't listen to just one song of the album. Once one song plays, I have to listen to like 4. I don't want to stay too long on Cowboy Carter because I am doing a whole episode on that. It's in itself, but I did have to mention that as being something that I have not been able to stop listening to ever since it came out. March 29th, by the way. That's going to be like ingrained in my brain forever. All that aside, we're going to go through some of the songs that I have listed that I have been unable to skip when they've come on, that they all, I think, believe are somewhere on these playlists, the 2 playlists that I mentioned that I have found it nearly impossible to escape. Without further ado, starting off, Raúl Alejandro, Be Easy, Odile? Not sure if that's correct, but Be Easy, Odile, I was listening to that. That one was a straight repeater. Like, that one held me for a little while, and I do have to thank my cousin Amaryllis for putting me on for that, so thank you, Amaryllis. That's a good song. Bad Bunny is a Yo hago me le de la gana, Summer. I feel it happening again. I don't know how to explain it, but it's awakening something in me. And Campeón by Daddy Yankee, that was a sleeper on his Legendary album. Didn't hit me the first time. Lately it's been getting to me a little bit. Cartagena by Reina Tropical. Her album is an album that I actually do really like as a piece of body of work. There were a couple songs on there that I just didn't download to my library, but I do really like the concept and the idea of it and the overall vibe. So there are a bunch of songs from that album that I have downloaded, and I will tell you the name of the album is called Malegria. So that's a good one. Cartier by Dopey Boy, but B-W-O-Y. That's a song that I rediscovered when I was kind of like editing, tweaking my Caribbean Jersey Club playlist. Definitely brings me back to like 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, Aruba, Gusto, nightclub. Like, I don't know, good memories with that song, I think. Then Church Girl, Beyonce off of Renaissance. Church Girl has been one that's held me for a while. I did just finally get my Renaissance vinyl. I was waiting for a while for it to go on sale, basically, and I finally got it. It's beautiful, it's lovely. Can't wait to add to the collection when the Cowboy Carter one comes out, because there's no way I'm getting the Cowboy Carter vinyl without Spaghetti and Yaya. Like, absolutely not. Conmigo by Tiny, Young Miko, J Balvin, Jawali Randy. That's a great one. Been listening to that a lot, especially while I exercise. Como un burro, freaking El Alfa, and Rick Ross. That one, I like literally find it impossible to press the skip button. I've had to go back, like I've pressed the skip button and then I've been like, no. And then I've gone back and I've let it play. So that is a good one. Dame Luz by Thiago. That's always a fun one that I always come back to. I believe it came out in 2023 or 2022. I'm gonna go with 2023. But I love that song. It's fun. It's good to party to, run to, exercise. I like it. De Carolina, Raúl Alejandro, Death Row, Young Dolph. Been listening to that a lot while I've been running lately. Getting a little bit back into a Young Dolph, Keyclock phase. I kind of, like I've been saying, I've been moving away from rap. But with everything going on, I'm kind of like trying to jump back in a little bit. Because I'm like staying on top of everything that's happening, but just trying to like get back into regularly listening to rap music. And strangely enough, it happened that I was doing that with Young Dolph. Death Row being one of the songs. And Blusa by Papareya. And there's a couple other artists on that song. I saw that trending on TikTok, and ever since I've gotten like the dance stuck in my head, I've gotten the song stuck in my head, and I often listen to it while exercising as well. By the way, majority of the reason that these songs continuously come up is from when I exercise. It's crazy because had you told like 15-year-old Bella that she would be talking about exercising and sharing her recommendations majority from like when she's exercising or spending most of her time listening to music while exercising, I would have looked at you like you had 17 heads. But I really like it now. I exercise like twice a day. And my main exercise besides weight training or something is some form of movement, and 6 out of 7 days a week it's running, and I'll run for like an hour. So I'm listening to the music that whole time, and that's when I'm really like hearing a lot of these songs that I'm listing out to you. And then also on the one day that I don't run, or in addition to the running later on after work to just kind of like move my body and like get outside again, I'll go for like a 45-minute walk. Again, listening to music, so, and gravitating back towards these same playlists and these same songs. So that basically as a blanket statement, so you don't have to hear me say it 15 million times, a lot of the reason that these songs keep coming up is because they keep getting me through my workouts. So they're all pretty much good songs to work out to. Whether you're just walking, you're in the gym, or you're running, or doing whatever it is that you may do. Continuing, Evening Ride, Sean Paul. I never heard that song before it came up when I was creating my Wind Your Waist playlist, and I love it. It was one that I didn't think that I would listen to the whole 3 minutes and however long it is. And then I found myself not wanting to skip it and then going back and being like, hey, let's let that song play fully. So that's another good one. Athena, Bad Bunny. I was trying so hard for so long not to like that song because it is very much about Miss Kendall Jenner. But I like it. If not for Tego Calderon and Young Miko's parts. But I still like it. Freakiest in the World, Gucci Mane! Oh my god, and Young Thug. I think that this summer is going to be pivotal for me. And the only reason that I may think that, necessarily, is because of the songs that have been circulating in my playlists, or that I've been listening to. Freakiest in the World being one of them, Keisha Had a Baby, and Safayera, Bad Bunny. Keisha Had a Baby is by YG, and Rose Gold. 2021 Bella was like prime, I think. Right after post-COVID, I was chilling, I was going into senior year of college, like there was no impending doom of the real world and having to adult. So I was coasting for a little while. And I think we might be getting back to that, just based off of the way that I've been rotating these songs. Because if you knew me in 2020, 2021, even if you didn't know me, if I was a guest at your frat party, I was asking you to play Freakiest in the World. If you were a close friend, I was asking you to play Keisha Had a Baby. 9 times out of 10 they would. But I don't know, there's just something about it that I haven't been able to like skip the songs, and I'm like, ooh, let's go. Okay. Because I've been able to skip the songs in the past 3 years since then, but lately I haven't been. So I'm like, okay, I'm down with this. This is a good omen. A good omen. We'll just put it that way. Funky Business by Finba. That's a Soca song. Freaking hilarious. If you're like a lyrical genius, you're gonna like look at these lyrics and you're gonna be like, this is actually like kind of funny. It's so good. Mind your funky business. You know? If you see me, leave me alone. Like, I love it. So that's been one that I haven't been able to skip. Hablamos Mañana, Bad Bunny. Freaking love that song. There was a period last year too where I also really, really loved it. And there's that little part where it gets like kind of screamo at the end and like really rockish. And so I kind of like shied away from it a little bit. I'm like fully in it now. Fully in it. always let it play all the way out to the end. I love that song. I actually really wanted Bad Bunny to play that at his concert, but I'll talk about that in an episode. Heartbreaker, Mariah Carey and Jay-Z. It came up on Twitter, and after that I wasn't able to skip it or like look away from it, honestly. Like, downloaded the whole Rainbow album because it was like obviously came out before streaming was really a big thing, so it wasn't in my library as much, and download the whole thing, and Heartbreaker has been one that's been on repeat. Hibiki, Bad Bunny and Mora, obviously, I think I've said that multiple times. House of Lux by Danny Lux, love that song. It reminds me, for me, it brings a lot of nostalgia because it just sounds like something I would have heard at my cousin's house growing up, and I just think it's like perfect vibes for summer. I heard you got too lit last night, St. John. I love St. John. I love that song. Loved that song since 2021. So it's so hard for me to skip because it's just so good. Keisha Had a Baby, YG, like I said, La Jumpa, Bad Bunny, and Arcángel. Arcángel pa. I love saying his tag now. I don't know what happened. I think it was PFKNR that did it for me, which I'll also talk about because that song has also been on repeat. But La Jumpa, fully back in on La Jumpa. La Receta, Tego Calderón. Every time I listen to that song, I think about it like he was teasing a new album. Where is it? He was teasing a new album last year. Where is it? I want it. I'm ready for it. And if it was anything like La Receta, I'm definitely ready for it because that song is freaking a banger. La Romana, Bad Bunny and El Alfa. Like, I'm telling you, I'm like, a lot of the stuff that I've been listening to a lot isn't anything new, which makes me feel like all those tweets that's like me listening to the same 50 playlists for like the rest 50 songs for like the entire year. Like, I feel like my palette is shortening, so I'm really trying to expand, but I always end up back here. La Tranza, Bulin 47, Mike Towers, Lemonade, Gucci Mane. That song is so good. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I know exactly how he created it, actually, so I can't say that I don't understand how it was made because I know exactly how it was made, and I can tell you if you want, but that might just ruin my Gucci Mane episode if I ever get around to doing it. Like My Style, 50 Cent, also another really good one that I constantly listen to. Mírala Bien, Wisin and Yandel. That one had a moment in November that really took me, and it's back. My House, Beyonce. Yeah, I saw a tweet when Cowboy Carter came out that was like, mentally I'm still here though, and it was like a picture of my house, and I'm also mentally still there. Also, My Power off of The Gift. While I'm talking about The Gift, I'll also bring up Find My Way Back is back in my rotation, and so is Water. All songs off of The Gift, all really good songs. I know I've mentioned it before. I especially mentioned Find My Way Back, so don't tell me that I was sleeping on The Gift because I was not. And when Brown Skin Girl came out and I heard Blue Ivy, St. John and Beyonce together, I was streaming, so I am not a sleeper. Not a sleeper. That's been in my library. I know some Beehive fans were coming at other Beehive fans for only getting into The Gift now. No, I've been there. Que Malo, Bad Bunny. That's too good. Y Te Sientas Sola, Fade. So good. I love Fade so much. I also have a Fade only playlist too on Spotify because I feel it, he's gonna take over. Also, it's gonna be like him and Rao, and I can't believe it, but that's what it's gonna be this summer, I feel like. For me, personally. Okay is by Tyga and somebody else. Okay, by Franglish and Tyga. It's a good song to work out to. Nothing super deep or powerful or meaningful there, just good to work out to. Priorities, Tyla. Love that song since the minute the album dropped, and it has been one that has constantly been in my rotation. Para Ti, Che e Cru. I don't know why it came out that way, it just did. Che e Cru. It's bachata, but like it's like bachata R&B almost. Love it. It's literally like a minute and a half too. Like, it's such a short song, but it's so good and I haven't been able to skip it. If only because it is so short and it is so good. I also have Perfect Combi by King Promise and Gabsy. Patas de Ahogao, Latin Mafia, the Hugo rework. It's finally out on streaming platforms. That one has been definitely high up in my repeats. For a while, it completely took over. It was between that and Be Easy that I was just like the only two songs that I could listen to. So that one's out there now. It's really good. Definitely great vibes for the summer. Gamma, Peso Pluma, and Ryan Castro. Love that song. Química, Raúl Alejandro and Martinez brothers. I didn't realize how much music by the Martinez brothers I have in my playlist until I was like playing it for my family. I was like, wow, I actually have a lot. Great songs. Reinas by Danny Ocean featuring Guyana. I don't know why that one specifically, but I just haven't been able to skip it. Also really good. Rewind, Fade, and Blast. I finally learned how to say it. It's Blast. Just such a good, it's a good happy bop to vibe to song. So I like that one. Rich Girl, Gwen Stefani, you know, trying to manifest. Rock With You, Michael Jackson, has come into rotation a lot since I saw a tweet that said, "Y'all lucky I was not in the club when this dropped." And that is so true. So true. Insanely true. Sueños Perdidos, the remix. There's a lot of people on this song, so get ready. Broke Geeks and Esteban Rojas, and then Fade and Justin Felix are the other remix ones. That song, I think I literally posted, I was like, this is my new hyperfixation, and it was completely until Cowboy Carter ripped it out of its place. But that is a really good song. I'm obsessed with it still. I listen to it pretty often. Te Querido, Te Llorado, Ivy Queen. I was listening to that a lot when I was in Puerto Rico actually, and I don't know if I mentioned it in that episode, so I felt like I definitely needed to bring it up here. Also Ven Conmigo, Prince Royce and Daddy Yankee. I didn't write this down, I think actually, but I was literally walking and I've noticed for the past 2 days I have not been able to skip it, so felt like I should bring it back here. Time Flies, Burna Boy. Love that song so much. Wet and Day, Odanisi. Walking. It's featuring Sway Lee and Major Lazer by 88 Rising, Joji, and Jackson Wang. That's a really good one for summer. There's 2 songs from my Wind Your Waist playlist that I haven't been able to skip. They have literally the same instrumental beat. And now I didn't do any research on this, but my assumption is it was probably like from Carnival season, probably from like the Road mashup. I know that is like the case of some things, and I have noticed that with soca music that some artists use the same like instrumental and obviously turn them into different songs. So these 2 songs are the same, different lyrics, different artists. The first one, Yo Bad No Stressing by Precision Productions, Treaty. Love that one. The other song, Stink Face, Precision Productions, and Kerwin Du Bois. Just realized that it's probably not Du Bois. Those songs are so fun. Stink Face also like speaks to me on a spiritual level just because I have such a bad stink face, especially when I'm dancing. Those are both really good songs, really fun. I love soca music, guys. I'm like in such a big soca phase. I wasn't kidding when I did that whole episode on soca music. By the way, go check it out. Continuing, 100% Big Pun. Puerto Rico. Love it. Atete. So it's spelled AHTXE by Giant and Tyson. Then we have Backseat, Pop Smoke and PNB Rock, 2 kings that have sadly passed away. So sad, but that has been one that I've been listening to a lot. Same with Tsunami from Pop Smoke's posthumous album. That one features The View. That's a good one. Románticos de Lunes by Fade, Fercho. Again, we know this. I'm obsessed with that song. So it stayed in rotation. Rubia Sol Morena Luna Volume 2 by Danny Ocean. It's more rocky. Obsessed. Love. That's it. Then we have, of course, Zafaera, Bad Bunny, La Canción de Perreo Intenso, Mejor Canción para Perrear, all of it. Santa, Raúl Alejandro, Era Star, and what's the producer's name? Oh, Russian? something like that. That's a really, really good song. Rauw Alejandro on Afro beats. Rauw Alejandro on any beat, honestly, fantastic. That's also gonna be like a summery song, I think. Then we have Si Te Pegas, Rauw Alejandro. Same with like, honestly, Ponte Nasty. That one's been in rotation too. Basically, Playa Saturno's been in rotation because I think I also have Cookie written down here, or I forgot to say it. So Playa Saturno, honestly, has been in rotation a lot. So Sweet by J.O. That's a new song. It's kind of Afro beats influenced. Love it. Takata remix. So that's like Fersa, Uredia, El Alfa, and ¿Cuál es el otro? Or ¿Quién es el otro? Tags. Tiagz. That one is really, I know that's going to be in the clubs for the rest of the year. It probably already is. I'm just not there yet. But that song is going to be everywhere, if it isn't already, which I'm 98% sure it is. Baby Nueva, Bad Bunny. I've been trying to like prep for the concert. I've been trying to. I'll talk about my experience again in an episode, but I was really, really like trying to give Nadie Sabe Lo Que Va a Pasar Mañana a fighting chance. And I did, and it worked. And Baby Nueva was one of the songs that I ended up really going back to a lot. Same with Un Preview. I mentioned it already, but Water by Beyonce from The Gift. Young Miko's Biz Rap Session. That was like the soundtrack of my trip to Puerto Rico, and I've never been able to skip it. Maybe just because it brings back like a happy association. But that's a good song. 214. Listen, I don't know what came over me, but I was out at a club, it came on, a dance circle formed, I was in the center. And that's all I'm gonna say on that, okay? Sideways by JT, she has a line in there that I think, besides just looking at him sideways, and Pretty Face Attitude stank, but when she said, I'm PMSing, stay the F out my way, I felt that deep in my soul, and I know a bunch of girls did too. Like, come on. So, Sideways by JT, it also gives me very much like Warren G, Nate Dogg vibes, and I'm obsessed with that. Like, that has always been something I loved about listening to like my 90s rap playlist. Like, my old school hip-hop playlist was like when a Warren G song came on, and I felt like stealthy. I don't have a better word to describe like how his beats and his instrumentals and his songs make me feel other than like stealthy. So that's what this song makes me feel, but also like speaks to different parts of my soul. I'm proud of you, Gucci Mane. I haven't been able to skip that either. That's another one that was big for me, 2021, I think. 2019 also. That's off his Delusions of a Grandeur album. Like, the facts about Gucci Mane are literally like so quick in my head. It's insane how they just like how it's just like a light bulb. I always think about Bust Down. Bust Down is a great Gucci Mane song. I used to get Bust Down and Proud of You mixed up. But Bust Down, Gucci Mane, the outro is really, really funny. Both great songs. Proud of You, I do just really, really like, and I haven't been able to skip, obviously, because I've included it. Bust Down, I don't know why. I think it hasn't made it onto those playlists. Otherwise, I think it also would have been one that I haven't been able to skip because the outro is just so good that I always forget. That I always like just will sit through the whole song so I can get that. The whole song isn't bad actually, so it's like not even that much of an issue, but that's a good one. And then Jule by Rauw Alejandro. A lot of Rauw Alejandro, I wasn't kidding, guys. So yeah, that's that. That's what I've been listening to. I'll tell you like a little bit of what I've added. If you follow Boomin with Bella on TikTok, you know that I try to do like every Friday, like here's what I downloaded TikTok, and we'll share you like screenshots of all the songs that I've added to library. Obviously, we've had a huge month with rap music right now. Like the whole Beef, Metro, and Future dropped a second album, We Still Don't Trust You. Drake released leaked leaked a diss song and then came out again, I think with like an AI diss, but then it got mixed up with AI. Like I think he has an AI verse from Tupac on there. And everyone's like kind of upset about that. Like currently on my timeline feed, they're up in arms. I just feel like it already took him 3 weeks to retaliate. He's kind of like already taken the L for this one, and he never responded to Pusha T. I don't want to go down this whole tangent. But anyways, Hendrix's Future is back. I'll tell you like some good albums that I've had downloaded so far, some songs. For sure, Made for Me, Mooney Long, that's been all over TikTok, you know that. Contigo, Karol G and Tiesto, that's fun. It samples Bleeding Love, by the way. Pitbull released an album, Track Host, Daytona 500 edition. There's some funny songs on there. Dolly Parton's on there. That's a good one. Shea Universe's album, Love's Letter. I love, love, love. If you like Cleo Soul, you will like that album. Llamada Perdida, Prince Royce. I love Prince Royce. That album, he's been releasing some of the songs that have been on there for the past couple of years, but I liked it enough that I have 80% of the album in my playlist. Fuerza Regia did a small little EP, Dolido pero no arrepentido. Zara Larson's album Venus I actually did really like, so there's some songs in there. Specifically Escape is my favorite off the album. Usher's album Coming Home is good. I got big into Odile for sure. Ariana Grande's Eternal Sunshine had me for a hot minute, but I haven't really gone back to it, so unfortunately I can't say too much about that. Cardi B has released 2 songs, Like What and Enough. They're both good. Cardi B just like, I don't know. I've always loved Cardi B. The R&B You Love, Soul of the 70s EP by Keon Dixon. That came out in 2023, but I have been listening to it a lot this year just because it's like so funky and vibey. Danny Lux's album Evolution, that has the song House of Lux that I mentioned before. Schoolboy Q's album Blue Lips, solid piece of body of work. Shabuzi's single Vegas, and then he also came out with A Bar Tipsy, both really good songs. Proud of Them, Gunna featuring Offset. Gunna is also releasing an album, so I'm excited for that this year. Flo Milli's album, Fine Ho Stay. I loved it. She mentions Gucci Mane quite a bit on the album, so obviously there's like a piece of me that was really, really excited about that. Casey Musgrave's Deeper Well, I did actually like. I think Anime Eyes is my favorite off the album. I think I'll like that more album over time. Her songs usually have to take a while before they grow on me, but I do really like Anime Eyes and Deeper Well. Tyla's debut album, really good. My favorites are, like I said, Priorities, but also Art, Jump, Breathe Me, Number 1, and Safer. Shakira released her album Mujeres Ya No Lloran. I love it. Obviously the song with Raúl Alejandro Cogerte has been one of my favorites, but also Punteria with Cardi B is a great one as well. Also includes a lot of songs that have been out for a while. They're all good. We Don't Trust You, Metro Boomin and Future, obviously, and then We Still Don't Trust You. I think my favorite off of We Don't Trust You is either Cinderella or Fried She a Vibe. Olivia Rodrigo released her deluxe to Guts. I think my favorite was So American out of the songs. Mac Miller's The Quest is finally on streaming platforms. Love that song, love anything Mac Miller. Rich Homie Quan is back with Authentic. That's not a bad song. Remy Wolf's Cinderella I actually do like, and I've listened to quite a few times. Cero Condiciones by Danny Ocean. He's also released Amor and Medio Friends. All of that is going to be on his new album that's releasing on May 2nd. Same day Raúl Alejandro's releasing A New Era. I'm so excited for both of those. It's literally going to be so good. Obviously Cowboy Carter. Alter Ego, Doechii and JT. Academy released Segunda Misión. There's a bunch of reggaeton artists, a bunch of Latin rap artists on there. Christian Alessia, his album Yo Deluxe is good, especially if you like salsa music, especially like newer age salsa music, or if you want to get into newer age salsa. He's a good one. Sir's album, Heavy, is really good. Definitely recommend listening to that. I mentioned Santa. A bar song is Tipsy is Shabuzi's song. I said the name incorrectly beforehand. Whiskey Blues, Tanner Adele. She's been teasing that song forever and it's finally out. I love it, I love it, I love it. I don't love Camila Cabello's song, I love it. Saying that now. And I don't... I actually do understand why Gucci Mane would let her sample it because he's a good human being and he loves to help out. other female artists in the industry, but I just think she's no good. Anyways, Nena, Layano, and Rauw Alejandro. Espectacular. Sky Rompiendo and Rauw Alejandro. I love that song. That came out, today's a Saturday. It came out yesterday, April 19th. So I love that song. That is also going to be a song of the summer for me, which is why I say pretty much that Rauw Alejandro is going to be my summer 2024. Like I said, I will talk more about obviously Bad Bunny and Cowboy Carter very soon. Sooner than you think. Those are coming. Please send me recommendations because clearly I've been in like the same, trapped in a vault with like the same songs. Oh, Taylor Swift released Tortured Poets Department, and then the Tortured Poets Department, the anthology. I'm only a few songs into the Tortured Poets Department. I will get to the second surprise album soon. I don't know if Swifties are gonna love what I have to say currently, but I don't want to speak too much on that album yet because I haven't fully been able to digest it. That is pretty much what's been dropping. There's a lot to keep coming. I feel like this year for music we're really being fed. Dua Lipa's album is coming out. Young Miko's album, ATT, that's also really good. I also haven't given it as full of as a listen as I wanted to. Oh, and Bryson Tiller's album, self-titled Bryson Tiller. Those are good albums. I still have to give them like a full digestive listen. Everything's been pretty stunted since March 29th because of Cowboy Carter. And then by the time I was finally ready to like listen to stuff other than just Cowboy Carter on repeat, I had Bad Bunny concert prep. So I will get around to these newer albums, giving them full listens, and hopefully being able to listen to other music other than these two bodies of work. For now, that's my music dump for you. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube again, remember to like, subscribe. If you're listening, don't forget to also like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating to help push it out to more people. And to follow me on social media, our Instagram is @boominwithbella and our TikTok is @boominwithbella. In those bios, you will see links to all social media pages, the website, blog, my Apple Music, my Spotify. My personal Instagram is Isabella with 2 A's, LAINEZ. Twitter, literally everything is there. So go check that out. Make sure you're not missing anything. And I will talk to you guys again very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hasta la próxima.